dental with not 1 cent cost to you. A job of your choosing with approximately 3 months vacation yearly, with sick leave as long as you need it. Same benefits for your underage children, education costs, and other child-related costs met without 1 dime cost to you. Wouldn't you like that? College students, how would you like to go to a college or university of your choice, where all secondary institutions are brought up to standards commensurate to any other in the country, living in first-class arrangements, second to none, health and dental care, all free to you? How would you like living arrangements after graduation, satisfactory to you, and transportation as you see fit? How would you like a guaranteed career of your choosing, with at least 2 to 3 months vacation annually? Would you like that? Now, those already emerged within the system, to the hundreds of millions who have mortgages already, who have car notes, who have health care, children in school, who have jobs, vacation and sick leave. How would you like to have your current situation adjusted to reflect the same changes and benefits of those previously mentioned here? Would you like that? To the dropouts, the criminals, to prostitutes, drug dealers and users, gangbangers, the mafia, and the poor. How would you like to receive the same benefits as mentioned to retirees, to young adults, and students? Would you like that? guarantee the best that life has to offer for every American citizen, as well as anyone that lives in this country. Now let me remind you, it is being said that cutting spending and no tax increase is a solution to our nation's problems. Albeit, those that think knows that such action just increases the problems already identified. But in America's democracy, the power is not in the government or the FBI or the CIA or NSA or the police, the governor, the mayor, the legislature or Congress or the justices or the president, not even Homeland Security. The power is always in the American people. And don't you forget it. Never, ever forget it. Now, if I'm killed or die from natural causes, do not accept anything less than this from one another. In fact, guarantee it to one another. And if a bully rises up and tries to impose something less than this, refer to my video on YouTube.com entitled Money and Death, Tools of Slavery. Thank you. I am Eddie Marcus, and I'm a write-in candidate for President of the United States. Now dig this. The only one that offers a better deal than this I have just shared with you is God. And he would have to make you a robot by taking away the human will. You see, this will that everyone has made everyone think that their way is the only right way and keeps them religious sect. They might live over there separated. Or they might live amongst you and say they love God, but they stay out of government. They are demons in disguise. They don't even know it. But they can do nothing to glorify God because they have no love for those people who are blind. They have no love because they are blind. And it requires that somebody who's led by the Spirit of God, whose eyes have been opened, come to their rescue.